1 Extra.
So it's Wednesday night. You're listening to the home of new music, myself, DJ Target, but something that I also like to do as well as playing lots of new music, as you guys probably know, because we've been doing this like well over a year now, is my in-depth chats, my in-depth interviews. And I like to just sit down with some real legends, some real G's in the game, and just trace back the story and just see how we got here and look to the future as well, man. And tonight we've got a real icon in the game, man. I've been looking forward to sitting down with this man and having this chat for the longest time. Big Narstie is in the building. What's going on, brother?
Hello, hi, my brother.
Cheese, how are you, bro?
I'm very well, sir.
It looks from the outside like lots of great things are happening for you, man. You look like you're having a great time out there, man.
Yeah, man. Give God thanks and praise.
I've also seen most recently you're hitting that gym, bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
Like you're really going in for this summer, bro.
Yeah, no, the MMA thing, I'm really digging it, you know.
Sick. You a fan of it?
Yeah. My little brother's doing really well.
Oh, wow.
He's 4 fights undefeated.
Oh, geez, I didn't even know.
Yeah, little Narstie, Ruben Lindo, smashing faces. And
Jeez.
that's what his last fight in 40 seconds.
So you're looking at that like, what little brother's doing? I need to get involved, maybe.
No. My little bro could never have me. There's rules to this stuff. I'll cheat, cuz. No.
them treacherous big brother moves there.
No, the ones there, cuz. Grab your balls and all sorts.
Listen,
unfair.
Listen, bro. Like, hopefully that it never comes to that between the two of you. But for these in-depths, man, I like to, like I said, we also look to the future, but I like to go all the way back, man. I want to take you back to Brixton around the turn of the millennium.
Oh shit! Oh snap!
Yeah,
are we doing Marty McFly? Back to the future.
Like I want to jump in the DeLorean quickly.
88 miles an hour.
I hit 88.
Come on!
And just the flames are gonna come up out the floor, and we're back in Brixton, and it's like almost the turn of the millennium.
So we're saying what, 2002, 2001?
Yeah, just around that whole kind of transitional period from like the 20th century into the 21st century. Like, where were you? What were you up to? What were you doing?
Boy, to know, yeah. Dem times there, got long plaits, hate the world, never thought I was gonna make it. Just consumed in my community, in my society. Imagine, yeah, man was in a world within a world. Like our Brixton and the tourist's Brixton is two different Brixtons.
And we're going back then as well. There wasn't a tourist Brixton.
No, there wasn't a tourist Brixton still. We weren't a tourist Brixton. Like, my primary school, Santley, before it got closed down, out of 500 kids, there was like 40 white kids. Do you get what I mean? When I grew up, like, white people was a minority in my area.
Which is, being in England is
do you get what I mean?
That's unusual.
That's why when I first went to East London and North London, I was back. I said,
it's a mixture.
You know, got bare mixtures going on, cuz. And none of your sweet shops sell patty and cocoa. I couldn't understand it.
You struggled to get like Ovaltine and Milo and all them ones, bruv.
But when I used to see something about Milo, I said, what? It's Milo? Yeah. The black man running on the can, in the green can.
Yeah.
Nah, mate. You know, Horlicks. You know, trying to promote Horlicks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It wasn't
Not the same. And then where I'm from was very Jamaican hardcore influence. Like Brixton is like Jamaica, innit?
Yeah.
So the music was Bojo, Bounty, Beres, Sanchez. You get what I mean? Mad Cobra, Pinchers, Cockatee, Merciless.
Those legendary names there, man. And I'm sure like around those times as well, this was the times when there were house parties often and like there were youth clubs, there was community halls. It seemed like there was a lot of stuff that was allowed to go on.
100%. Max Roach, Adventure Playground, Slay Gardens, New Initiatives, Pyramids, Face to Face. I got into music through our youth club. Yeah, they got man like Pastor Chris, you know. He got the first steps and our first records. What's the record shop in Clapham Junction was closed down?
Oh wow! But so many of these independent record shops closed down as well.
Was it Rhythm Division?
No, that was the one in Bow.
Oh, sorry.
It's actually gone top of my head as well.
Yeah, well, that record shop
on the hill, it was like yeah, I remember it. We used to sell vinyls into there a few years later. After
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep, got our first budget from the council and that. Pastor Chris took our little dry faces down there. Got us our Pole Sex, our Pac-Man.
Wow.
You get me? Alias.
Jeez.
Gladiator!
Listen. Before
Do you
we,
know about real
listen,
rhythms?
before we even talk about the UK stuff, which kind of our guests took over like it did with all the youths that were growing up around that time, this is a great excuse to play a record like this.
Well, this one called Down in the Ghetto. You know them release the chain.
That's bringing back memories, man. Bounty Killer.
Are you alright?
Down in the Ghetto. If you're checking in right now, it's Wednesday night. We are in depth right now with Big Narstie.
That is the original Brixton 28.
I saw when I turned the music up in the studio, I saw you just literally, you were back there.
Fam, this was like man's drill music back in the day, you know, cause this was like drill to the man back in the day. Give it man powerful energies, cause to stand up and be accounted for.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy, fam, how click suits and travel foxes and that.
Carl I've just seen that Carl Carney.
Naff, nanny, Annie, fishy, stuff. Hey, are you all right, bruv?
Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Legendary times, man. And like we mentioned, you was about to mention, it wasn't long before, like you said, those first pair of decks were set up in the youth spot, and there was UK music that we could all relate to as well. And namely, like, we'd already kind of jungle had kind of come through, and then UK garage come on the scene, and it was like, this was something that like we were really about to get into. Was it the same for you, man?
When garage came on, do you know what, yeah? One thing I miss about garage, yeah, is the pride you took to go raving.
Oh, wow.
Bro,
Listen.
Paul Smith loafers.
Patrick Cox shoes.
Jesus! Snakeskin ones,
listen.
if you're on stuff.
Yeah.
Are you
yeah,
alright?
yeah.
Cream jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you alright? Ben Sherman shirts.
Cream jeans, bro.
Brother, Versace blue jeans, cuz.
Listen.
Brute
like,
aftershave.
There was serious, like, it was a ritual getting ready for a
Trust
garage
me,
rave.
fam. You got dressed with pride.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
100%.
Operation Tornani.
And if you didn't,
Tornani,
you stood out like a
Tornani.
sore thumb.
Exactly.
You had to.
Trust me, fam. Now it's like that specialness of getting dressed to party is gone. Man will say, right, cuz this track he looks wavy.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean?
Spent 2 bags on this trackie, but I'm putting this on.
See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
UK garage though, man. What an influence it had on
Mr. Freeze ice pose on the rave.
Listen,
do you remember Mr. Freeze ice pose on the rave?
I remember it all. I remember. Like, you're bringing back so many memories as you're saying all of this. It's
That's
all flooding,
real
bro.
raving, you know.
Listen.
Before there was a smoking ban. Oh my
You used
God.
to come home and you like no matter what what aftershave you had on, no matter what you wore, you came out smelling like a cigarette. 9 times out of 10, and that's even if you didn't smoke. Like that was just because the atmosphere in those clubs, a lot of them were just smoked out.
Come on, man.
And it wasn't just cigarettes.
Tanani. Trust me, star. But I mean, yeah. No, I used to love about raving back in the day. It's like, there's 2 things about it. The youngness of it, like them time they go, boom. When my bro got nicked and all of that stuff and that madness, see my mum, yeah? My mum was on some hardcore regulations with me because I had to break the barriers to bust out. No, I had to just be like, no, like them suicide missions, like, right, I'm gonna get beaten, but I don't care. I'm just
gonna risk it.
I'm gonna risk it. And
It's worth it, like, it's worth the night out.
It's
man.
worth the night out. I see
You know what? Some of those nights out were worth a beating.
Bro,
like,
you can't get high five.
Listen, like,
because you know,
they were,
cuz-
bruv, 100%.
Bro, you know, because you know, yeah, you've already gone out the house, yeah. When
The
you get
damage
in,
is done.
The damage is done. There's nothing you're gonna say what's gonna bust the argument back. You know what I mean?
Just enjoy it now.
You gotta enjoy it. And I think just because you know you're gonna get your ass whooped when you go home, yeah, I think even just walking to the bus stop felt magical. Do you know what I mean? Like you embraced everything about it.
It's like, this is the last night of my life. Let me just make the most of this. I'm
Trust
just gonna
me.
do the most.
And for the real players out there, you know when no one need to put that pimp daddy talk on the girl and get a house phone.
Wow.
And hit her after 3 calls after 6.
Wow.
And say,
Listen,
excuse
like,
me.
There's a generation.
You know them real
The
powerful
polite
calls.
voice for the parents.
And get battered by the dad. Asking you go church and stuff. No, there was there.
Like, listen, the generation that are out here today, they have no idea the levels of literally like barriers and walls and obstacle courses that you had to literally go through
To put in work, in it.
It was hard work.
Trust me, man.
But the music though, was like you said, just having an influence and certain records, as much as we love garage and the whole kind of prestige of it, there were certain records that had a bit of hood to it. The bass lines were starting to sound different. They was encouraging MCs to jump on them. They were instrumentals.
No, 100%.
What was your first early memory of a track like that you heard and thought, you know what, I like this. I can see something going on with this.
All right, well, on the commercial side, when I first started, when garage started hitting the TV,
Yeah.
everyone who knows me know I'm an idiot. And it's funny things here. So when flipping Mr. Ozo came, a man saw that teddy bear skanking in the metro. Whoever knows about a metro, cuz, them real whips there, cuz. It was an emotional sight for a man like me, cuz. Cuz I'm an idiot. Everyone knows I'm a full-on idiot. You get what I mean? It doesn't take a lot to excite me, cuz. So the way how Mr. Ozo was skanking today, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bro, so I was proud to be English, bro.
The beat was hard as well.
Stiff.
I remember this getting dropped in certain raids. People just losing their minds, man.
Yeah, bro. And this is when you knew English music had something, because, like, remember, we've got America as great influences, and we had the Caribbean as great influences, but England's got that straight adrenaline.
Yeah.
That
It's a different energy.
It's a different energy. Man. It's very uplifting and upbeating. And when you heard Mr. Ozo and the rest of the music what we started producing, you knew it was going to be here to stay, man.
Chinks, we're in depth tonight. We're still at the early part of the story as well, man. Keep it right here. Big Narstie in the building. Mr. Ozo, flat beat. Some real reminiscing tonight. Mr. Ozo, flat beat. That is one of those records that was kind of just flung out there amongst the garage that was going on. It had a different sound to it, had a different bounce. And also at the same time, there was like a whole bunch of young, up-and-coming producers and DJs just kind of making what they thought was garage, but it was sounding different and it was harder, and it was like...
Yeah.
The lyrics started to be different. You had like So Solid crew coming through, Heartless crew, of course Pay As You Go.
Yeah.
Crews across South London as well started
Major
to emerge
Ace
after
made me
that.
want to spray.
Listen.
I saw Major Ace, in Chilling in Brixton Fridge, and I swear, I think I just did a move with Peony, and we was in the club and that. We just went West End to
Those
go.
Brixton Fridge raves as well, legendary, man.
I swear down. I remember.
Judge of Souls used to have events
What do you
in
mean?
there.
See Elijah, Judge of Souls, man used to beg him to spit. Biker and Ribs and Biggs used to shut down cuz. Oh, you're right, cuz. I remember, we're coming from the Evolution times, the man used to say things like, "Give me manager for the barky." I feel lucky. Jesus.
Just evolving though, because it had the garage vibe, but you could see that the content was going somewhere else as well.
Definitely. It was like the evolution of it. So I remember now, Chilling, Fridge and that, looking at Peony and that, and I was looking wavy, cream Calvin Klein jeans, had my cream motto loafers.
Jeez, you were stepping out like the clean way. It was risky because someone could just spill one drink on you. And
I know, it finished me, but I'm a real G.
Yeah.
Man, don't start taking to the curb for that one day.
Listen,
I
hold my hands up for the cream jeans, man. I used to say, listen.
Cream was my thing. I used to think it made me look skinny still. I was in major denial still. I used to think, anything beige used to make me look slim. That was my colour.
Right, you was running with it, bro.
Bruh, it's just so funny. Them times there, cuz my main sensation, was the glide, no Usher.
Oh, wow.
When You Make Me Wanna. The first time I saw I would glide to the fridge. There was no I didn't need a reason to glide, fam.
Listen.
All I knew, and this was, I was sick because them times when garage was getting big in that, and So Solid in that, I was on some real dancing stuff. Like, I just wanted to hit the dance floor and skank and pull.
And the thing is, with some of those shoes that we were mentioning earlier, the soles were like perfect for sliding and slipping, bro.
My Usher Raymond glide cuz I couldn't really stand double, cuz I swear down, cuz man would used to time it, and man would glide to the other side of the dance floor.
Wow.
No, like the ones there, like what chick I went to talk to in that.
Wow.
Like a chief.
By the time,
I like Daffy, no regrets.
Like,
I have no regrets.
By the
I
time
loved
you get
every
the
moment,
shirts all
cuz.
flying back like in the Dappy video
you
as
make
well.
me wanna. And then Major Ace. Because obviously man come from a proper like yardie background, you get what I mean? So when I heard Major Ace for the first time on Them No Know We, I was like, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's garage, but it's not sweet.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because it's mad, like original garage, in a sense, was like tiny tempo music. Do you get what I mean? Like just like sweet. Do you get what I mean?
A commercial edge to it.
Commercial edge for it. More for ladies.
Light-hearted and what.
Do you get what I mean?
Often, yeah, man.
And then now, Pay As You Go's come on some dark DMX thing. You get what I mean? They go, no, we. And then Maxwell D, you know. Hey, Maxwell D was like Michael Jackson. Man, I have to respect Maxwell D back in the day, you know.
Listen, 100%.
Hey, a lot of men wanted to be like Mike, you know.
The impact I think like all of those MCs had, like individually, as much as it was a unit, individually, like they all had a different source.
100%.
Major, like God's Gift.
Come on.
Plague with the singing.
Yeah,
Maxwell
man.
was like the pimp. Like he had the swag. Like, yeah, Wiley, of course.
Yeah, man. Flipping Major Ace, yeah. He just gravitated to me. Yeah.
Just harsh.
Yeah. Oh, you can pun them like Ken. Triple Drag, I'm gonna come back and punk your potatoes. So we fucking, you know. I'm flexing with this one. You know the one that's a This is gas, you know.
Listen.
Yeah. And then from there, I just started to like the music and then got more and more into it. And then imagine my first time ever on Deja Vu, Marcus Narstie.
Wow. We need to talk about your first radio set. We need to talk about NAA. Like we got so much to talk about. We ain't even brought it up to date yet, man. But we've got to play this record while we're talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Pay as you go.
Yeah,
I got it here, bro. Pay as you go. No we. In Depth with Big Narstie tonight. We had to play it. Pay as you go. No we. Inspirational record for the man who's in the building tonight. We're going In Depth with Big Narstie, Major Ace, man, such an inspiration. But like you said, that whole era with the So Solid success that really put like real inspiration into kids at home watching TV.
So Solid changed stuff.
Yeah, like it wasn't even the fact that you could, you know, you might get to play at a rave. Like you were looking on the Brits and seeing like 20 guys from South London winning awards, like cleaning up, driving around in sports cars, big chains. Like this was like literally, like you said, life changing to see.
100%. So Solid, yeah. As I said, from when Garage got out of that real lovey-dovey phase, and then Page You Go started to hit them up, and make that DMX vibe start coming off. That real gritty London.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It just sounded like London.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't really had that purely before.
Do you know what I mean? But something what we all could identify as our own.
Exactly.
Remember, you know, English kids until Garage and Grime come, yeah, and even Jungle, we was lost.
Yeah.
Because remember, you know, our parents are from different countries. Do you get what I mean? So our parents' influences was come home. Do you get what I mean?
And the music we were exposed to was either from the Caribbean or American.
Do you get what I mean?
Or pop music, which kind of just was in one ear and out the other. No one really gravitated towards it like that.
So you'd always go back to your heritage music. Do you get what I mean? If you ain't gonna bang hip hop, you're definitely gonna bang Caribbean music.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? From soca. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you could actually hear and see kids who are just like you, speak just like you, and spitting about the stuff, you understand what you see day to day in your neighborhood, in your community. And it didn't sound cheesy. It sounds something you could be connected to. Bruv.
Everyone was in.
Everyone was in. Everyone was in. And that, remember, you know, at that time, that was a lot of man's release and get away from the stresses of real life, what man was in anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Of expression. It was a form of like an outlet of energy.
Of course.
It was a way of like, you know, just having a bit of like a family outside of the home as well. Because, you know, people started forming crews, MC crews, and the whole Pirate Radio thing was kicking off, and it was a sense of community in that as well, man.
100%.
Let's talk about NAA, because it wasn't long before NAA's name was ringing across, you know, firstly South London. Then the name was like reaching East. I remember hearing about NAA for the first time and seeing you guys when you still had the Plats as well.
Yeah, man.
And that was just all blowing up as well at the same time, man.
Yeah, NAA. Yeah, New Age Army, NAA, N-Dubs. Big up CEO, Stamina, Suey, L. Man, Innocent, Reds, Cody, Solo, Typer, a.k.a. Dulla Beats.
Oh, it's Dulla, the original NAA, yeah?
Yeah, Dulla is Typer.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. What are the rest of them up today? All all right as well, man?
Yeah, man. But real life, innit?
Yeah, of course.
But this isn't to say, remember, you know, the story where we're talking and coming back from is at least over 15 years. I've had the most success in my last 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So that whole 10 years, 12 years of graft, these last 5 years,
Start to reap it now.
I've started to reap it. Do you get what I mean? So life is deep. Like most of the man in the crew had kids way before me.
Yeah.
My daughter's 3, so I was late to the fatherhood game. So I had time to concentrate and do what I'm doing. Infamous. Type was the first to have a kid out of the man them. Having a kid at 16, you're still a kid.
And remember, these times as well, as much as it was fun and everyone was loving making music and enjoying it, there wasn't many people making money, sustainable money from it.
When I first started to do music, man told my mum that I was bunning crack. Man said, Jennifer, Tyrone's smoking crack. He says he wants to be a musician and do music.
That's how outlandish it was.
Outlandish. Outlandish. Man saying, what are you talking about, bruv? Are you alright? You go to one little rave,
you think there's a career here?
Do you know what I mean? You're not easy.
It was looked upon like it wasn't taken seriously.
I remember at that time, DJs were big.
Yeah.
Not MCs.
Garage, so there was certain garage
Do
DJs
you know what I mean?
were huge.
Who would make the money? Them times there, the MC would be like a box boy, really.
Yeah.
Tight gold
and
chain.
he's there to just really kind of highlight the DJ anyway.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
There wasn't really no main focus on him. So anyway now, going back, I wasn't meant to join the crew at the beginning. They didn't want me. Yeah? But I'm a house party boy. I'm just a Brixton boy, innit? So I'm just about. Do you get what I mean? So how can I put it? Gone to this house party in Norwood, yeah? Them man was all like, raw, I'm rubbish and that. But when man's come to the house party, yeah, I'm captain. You know the ones there, fam?
That they're just is like, what?
Yeah, do you know the ones there? Like, what?
Ain't that the guy we didn't really rate?
Do you get what I mean? So, boom now. Rewind back some more of the story. I got into some trouble, had to go and stay with my auntie Millie and my uncle Martin. My cousin N.E., rest in peace, he founded OGs. N.E. and Remedy taught me how to spit when I used to go and stay at my cousin's for 6 weeks holiday.
Wow.
You get what I mean? When man's in Brixton, man's on some different stuff. Only when I've gone to my cousins in New Cross and
Kind
that
of like
now.
a holiday camp now.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I've gone to my cousins' New
Actual
Cross.
activities and hobbies and
Yeah,
stuff.
man, they're talking about doing music and stuff and that. So my cousin and Remedy and that are spitting and that. And raw, after hearing Major Ace and then seeing my cousin Leon doing what he's doing, I was mesmerized. So I remember like 6 weeks holidays, I'm writing bare lyrics with my cousin and that, trying to like pattern my flow. And this time they were making beats on Music 2000 on the PlayStation. Music 2000 on the PlayStation's getting this work.
But that was the hunger, and like people were like, what, you can make tunes on that? Okay, that's Say No More. People was just on it.
And mini disc to record.
Listen.
Mini disc. This is going over people's heads, you know. My next one to say Tyrannosaurus Rex run across the high road. You get what I mean, though?
They didn't take off, did they? Everyone thought it was going to be the next thing.
Trust me.
They didn't.
Yeah. So, boom. Worked up my thing now. I said, cuz, I'm ready for it, you know. I'm ready for it. Bring me Flashback. Bring me Flashback.
Flashback FM, we're talking about.
Flashback FM. Gone to Flashback FM with Garage Essentials. Yeah, I was a part of Garage Essentials through my big cousin and that. Gone to Garage Essentials. Choked.
Oh, wow. I was going to say you like shut it down. And
No, Flashback, I choked. Yeah. My cousin was so embarrassed.
Wow.
Yeah, and so disappointed with me. He just told me to sit in the corner and build a split. You know the ones there, just chill out, cuz. Yeah, big people are working. No, like when your elders are playing dominoes and they say, yo, man, chill out, man, chill out, man. Big people are flex, babe. Yo, man, big people are flex. So I remember after that, I was like, oh, vexed.
Was that something that gave you like fuel?
No, that disheartened me. What happened is now, 6 weeks holidays done, gone back to Brixton now. Boom. Typer, aka Dulla Beats. Typer's been on music from day. He was like the first one in the church to know how to use the equipment, first one to get his Prince's Trust loan for music equipment. On it. Boom, now, come back from 6 weeks holiday, boom, back on the ends. The type of thing making LTC is going to link NAP. NAP now is Syrian Stamina and that. They was on Trace of Film Commander B. So, cool. They said they did it. That's when the introductions was, they said they didn't were feeling me. Sui was feeling me, but Stam weren't feeling me. You know what I mean? So, boom, house party in Norwood, gave it the spank. Yeah, gave it the spank, fam. Turned them inside out.
Was you having flashbacks of the flashback time, actually, then?
Anyone who knows me will know me, because I'm a fat kid and I can't stand out. There isn't a house party, from north of London, east of London, west of London, to south of London. There hasn't been 30 to 40 of my black friends, taking up 2 night buses.
On the way there.
From the age of 14, to 18. Street kids, bro.
And that's what, like I was saying, there were house parties and things
everywhere
going on
a Friday. What
place.
you on? Man, just at some house party on like Grey House Lane. Still, what you doing? Well, there's a house party in Dalston. Still, the friend's ugly though. Flowing. What? £1 travel card. Do you know about £1 travel card?
I remember that.
And if you was a bad man, you would erase the numbers and refix your travel card.
The shenanigans on the foil ones. Listen. I've seen some funny. I've seen some funny ones over those years, without a doubt.
Travel card user, fam. So man's whole career started building off of house parties. Then, Sui became NAA. Do you know Raw Material?
I remember the name Raw Material.
It's like a big community studio. They do like apprenticeships and courses and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one in Brixton and there's one in King's Cross. One in Brixton, man, like Tim, who was the owner of it, gave man my first like deal, if you would call it, 10,000 blank CDs.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that was to press up put a project on it or whatever.
So Sui DJ'd for 45 minutes and I spat through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we just gave them out. No cover, just written on pen. And this time Sui was driving his 2-tone Fiesta. Half of it was sky blue with an emerald green Nissan door.
Wow.
No, they're real cars on the streets. And we were drawing chicks. And men still had confidence for chicks.
Wow.
Cause can man see yourself, cause in like an L-Reg Fiesta. One half sky blue, cause, and one door's an emerald green Nissan door, cause, and still be hanging out the window like, yo,
that takes a certain...
Yo, B, how are you doing?
That takes a certain type
of
matter,
confidence.
so,
I knew I was going to be great. Trust me, fam. Yeah. All of that stuff started going in, fam. And then, boom. Where did I get to?
NAA just kicking off and the CD just circulating the hood and whatnot.
That started circulating, going crazy. Then, boom, now, our next CD, we did a full crew, Shah's still with me now, my PA. She's been with me since I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah. She did a booklet for the whole crew. I had a picture of every one of us and like what part of South we was from and like this little thingy bob on it. That booklet and CD went out, made me have the biggest under 18s event in South London, Citizens Nightclub. Like, we was churning that place out.
Top Boy,
my Top Boy raves.
I was trying to remember the name of it, bro.
My Top Boy raves. I had coaches coming from Wolverhampton. For some mad reason, as soon as I started doing music, Birmingham and Wolverhampton, and Huddersfield, they like gripped me like a bear hug and loved me. That's why in all my music, I always talk about Birmingham and Wolverhampton and up north, because the love what up north gave to me from the get-go when I was nothing. Yeah. Just the real G, just flexing. Do you get what I mean? That was his first black girl was from Wolves. You know what I mean? Like the movie, cuz. You know what I mean?
I was cleaning up.
Yeah,
in the Midlands.
Yeah, the life, was a different life, fam. But they embraced me so well. You get what I mean? So then my Top Boy raves was doing really well. And then got to a stage where Storming, R.I.P. Rascal Storming, yeah, was the big mic man. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Man, better make sure you got 15 bills for Storming to say,
All right, listen.
take 2 on my zoo, but mind,
It's gonna go off.
bruv, are you alright, bruv?
Like,
Yeah, are you alright, bro?
Listen,
those are powerful times, bro.
I've seen it
Yeah,
all. Like,
powerful times, bro. Turning them inside out,
like,
boy.
yeah, absolutely shutting it down.
You get
man.
what I mean? So I was booking Storming, D-Double, Wiley. Yeah, them time there, Wiley was giving the raves the shankle, man.
I remember coming
nankle.
to Citizens and that.
Come
like,
on.
It was like way out of our bits, and that was like Ram, like you said, there was coaches coming from all over the place, and we was
Yeah,
like, wow,
man.
this is like they've got this going off.
Yeah, man. So then what's happened is now, my Top Boy raves were doing really well, kept on selling out, kept on being big, but I couldn't make music. And I didn't want to be a mic man for the rest of my life. Do you get what I mean? So P-Jam invited me to studio when I first met Dice Recordings in King's Cross to go on Compass Rhythm with Frisco, Guyver, and I can't remember some next MC. I think maybe Flirty D was on the song, actually, I think, and me. And that was the first time I met Dice and I met P-Jam and that. I remember I walked into the room and I said, you lot are all shit. And the only person who said something was Frisco. Frisco, they said, you're not better than me. I said, you're all shit and I'm the best. And Frisco was the only person who said, you're not better than me, blood. Trust me, blood. Big up Frisco.
Big up Frisk, bro. He's still here today, bro.
Yeah,
it's like,
come on.
He stood the test of time, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like we need to play some early Big Narstie right now, man. Let's play. I feel like this is another great excuse to go in the vaults and just draw for something that we haven't played on the radio in a long time, man.
Is it Fat T?
Like, let's get Gas Leak on the radio, bro.
Crazy, I'm not...
Vintage Big Narstie on your radio tonight. We're in depth with him. Gas Leak. Wow, hearing that must bring back some memories as well, man.
Bruh, that gives man there. Like, it's a what's that word? Back down memory lane. You got the explicit on the production on that one, you know.
Some real high energy
fam.
stuff that was, man.
Trust me.
And still, the thing is, you've continued to make, like, as versatile as you are, you can still bang out those high energy ones. You can still take people on a kind of thoughtful journey. Like, you can really mix things up. I don't want to bring it all the way up to date because there's so much in between, but I want to kind of start talking about when your actual personality as a person, aside from what you were making musically, like, you as a person was really connecting to people. And then with the Uncle Payne thing, which, like, I've heard you talk about was kind of just happened by accident to start with, that really just got you in, like, put you in a whole different place.
No, 100%. Because you know what it is, yeah? Let's just be real talks, yeah? Back in the day when man first did this thing, the fact of, like, who man was and the fact that man come from Brixton and that, man didn't even want to take the upper chance to even mess with man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth the hassle. But remember, at that time, no one knew each other. I didn't grow up with you. You didn't grow up with me. So how are you supposed to know what I'm like?
Yeah.
Everything was just off by personas. And at that time, we're all just stupid little kids. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, no one really got to see anyone else. No one really got to see anyone's personality because no one was around anyone to see.
And when they were, it was kind of what they was.
Do you get what I mean?
What they wanted to show.
And everything was confrontational.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Remember, no, let's be real. Southman thought like you Eastman just kind of held the scene like spoiled kids for a little bit. Like, it's our toy.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, boom, radio, little places, it was just stiff, innit? Do you get what I mean?
There wasn't what you see today of, like, all of this collaboration and everyone's, like, actually friends and it's, like, genuine. Like, then it was like people didn't trust that and, like, we don't really work outside of our close circle, and it wasn't like that.
Do you get what I mean? So when that started happening, like, my personality didn't get seen, but then at the same time, I didn't even know how to show my personality then.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been the same. I was always funny.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be around me to see that.
Yeah.
What YouTube did at the time, 'cause remember, YouTube was like a big thing. Remember, fam, we was giving our music videos to Channel U and VHS tape cassettes. There was no sending a WeTransfer link.
None of that.
That
was the only
base.
platform at one stage. That was the only place you were gonna be seen.
You get what I mean? And you better know, say you need a DJ beta Yeah. If you want to get that on TV.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So the whole bigness behind it was well different, man. And then it's like, what YouTube did, I did a cover of Prodigy Firestarter, and just because Dula took long to come downstairs, and me and Lordy just having like 2 hours just burning the zaggers and busting joke, made everything else go so crazy.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you got to see my personality on the simplest of levels. And it's funny, Legend Copes always used to say to me, Fat Boy, when they get your personality with your music, you're gone. But you just got to wait for it to happen. Do you get what I mean?
He knew what he was talking about.
Yeah,
there, you know?
and also he said, I have to put my personality into my music as well. But at that time, I was cool with everything else. I only used music to channel my aggression, not to channel
Other
Do you get what I mean?
well.
It's like you've got a kung fu skill, but you've only used it for one technique.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
You've got all these other techniques that you could be using.
Do you know what I mean?
But you're just using kung fu to do the one thing.
Yeah, and that's basically what it was. But then when I started to open up, it's mad, like how everything just started changing. But it changed. I came out of hospital, and like, before I went into hospital, I did loads of my uncle pains, and my warm-up session. Then